And now it is we have the naturalist. One of them is from the Taipei Chi Hospital.
So now we have Su Rongyoan, Deputy Superintendent of Taipei Chi Hospital, to share with us. He also shared with me that this is the also way he's sharing about his family, growing all the fruit and all that. This is the love about sharing about the love about his family. So he's also shared during the pandemic time, he also responsible for the quarantine station and so on. So he also won the award for 110 years special contribution award of epidemic prevention. So actually he chose to come to be on stage here to share, but because of due to his busy schedule, so he's actually sharing from us through Zoom. This is the written by our journal, posted by our Kaohsiung team. So let's just have a look at his video. So the number of confirmed cases is rising and the number of home care cases is also increasing. The Taipei Charity Hospital invites clinics to join the home care. Share the whole process and how to take care of it with them, and they say that there are quite a lot of people who are willing to participate. So if though it's the same hospital, but our Chi hospitals actually take on more responsibilities, and yeah, we get everyone to be involved and to take the initiative to encourage everyone to participate in the home care program. So this is the difference about our Chi hospitals with others. So again, this one is as the confirmed of cases rising, you can see the hospitals department all shoulder on more responsibilities. There are now more than 500 people, and there are many patients who have been diagnosed. The special ward is also full. A dedicated screening area will be added for those who are not positive for rapid screening, such as seeking medical treatment and accompanying patients and going abroad. At the same time, outdoor epidemic clinic is open. The quick test is positive, needs to do PCR, mild, and has upper respiratory symptoms, but hasn't done any quick test yet. When someone enters the hospital, the person needs to be seen as an outpatient. There are patients who are suspected to be to be contacted with the virus. So here's another video sharing. This is about the Wilderness Conservation Association, where some of the people attended actually ended up with symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea. So a total of 30 students and 3 parents from Taipei participate in the activities of the Wilderness Conservation Association and eaten some rotten dumplings and tea eggs and developed symptoms of vomiting and diarrhea. So our superintendent also in charge of that. Let's just share another video here. This after this is a video to share that after this person after a time of food poisoning and vomiting, Mr. Chan developed severe flatulence, acid reflux, heartburn, and other symptoms after eating, which affected his life. Patient said it feels like the organs are going to be vomited out. It's uncomfortable. I vomit until there's nothing to vomit, and vomit too vigorously, and feel that the intestines are that is still in the stomach, but it's run up to the direction of the chest. And the white part of this, the mucous membrane and the esophagus. The junction between the esophagus and stomach should have been separated by the diaphragm muscles, but the gastroscopic examination found that part of Mr. Zhang's stomach moved up to the top of the diaphragm. It is called Herschel hernia in medicine. It was like to be due to the excessive vomiting. About 10% incident rate in the East. In the 95% have no symptoms, and only 5% have symptoms. Symptoms depend on the size of the hole. It is if it is larger than 3 centimeters, it will go up into the abdominal cavity, causing torsion. Most patients go to remission with medication, and only a few require surgery. So we mainly focus on symptoms treatment when there are symptoms. For obvious symptoms such as burning and stomach acid, they are very effective antacids now to be used. So with these patients may have symptoms similar to gastroesophageal reflux, such as chest tightness, pain, hiccups, and abdominal distensions. So let's just invite Dr. Rongyoan to come and share with us. Beloved Master, and everyone, good morning. I'm very happy to meet everyone here today. Today, what I really want to share today, it is really the reflections on the route to practice medicine. Yes, I got Master say that the life in so today I would like to sharing include 6 themes, including the including my background, the training in the medical profession, and learning the growth in the surgery medical, the value inheritance of life, and lastly is the summary. In the process of growing up and practicing medicine in my life, I listed the following 9 comparisons for myself as a reflection on my life. Yeah, born in a poverty family, I'm the eldest of the 6 children. The hard work of my parents and the poverty of my family environment made me grow up looking forward to entering a profitable industry to get out of poverty and improve my family life. And when in my life journey, can I change my mind from a doctor who pursues making money to a doctor who enjoys earning love, from a famous doctor to a good doctor, to knowledge to wisdom, and to let talents play the role of saving people and to transform doctors into good doctors. Keep thinking about how to get getting rid of ignorance in my head, looking for the right direction, and doing the right thing. I'm committed for creating a harmonious platform for doing good deeds, giving nothing to ask for, giving joy, and to create a richer and more practical life. Talk about myself. I actually I graduated and when I was about 44 years old, 45, I wanted to retire and leave the medical field. At that time, so at the same time also, like my parents at that time, my parents also got stroke and all that. And that time my son was studying already, that you say, in the university, and my daughter was studying in high school in New Zealand. So at that time, I thought like, oh, my grandparents also wants to see the grandchildren, so I thought maybe I should retire. So at that time, my home sister and I really could serve for 20 years and have a lifetime salary. And my parents need someone to take care of, and they're old, and I thought like this is probably my I should retire and care for my parents. That is something yeah, this I can't. However, I shouldn't be retiring at this young age. Then there is there, though indeed there's plans to leave the busy medical center, but I shouldn't. So on the plane, I bought a copy of a book called Liu Yong's book, Creating a Transcendental Life, which is also Liu Yong's self-reported struggle between the age of 13 and 53. So how long are we going to fight? This was also the first time I came into contact with this philosopher Nietzsche. How can I live meaningfully? Yeah. So there is also to face within the endurance. How do I face bravely? So this so before entering another inspirational book that really inspired me, it is the book on the success needs growing and creating. So each short article of the book has the inspirational quotes on two famous people in the world. So this really inspired me as well. So in 2015, a 3-year-old Kurdish refugee from Syria, Alan. So from this picture, you can see that Alan who washed up on the beach after a shipwreck was very shocking. I said, living in a civilized and happy society, we need to reflect deeply. After looking at that, I just like really feel that, all our happiness is not for granted. Don't be paralyzed by the full happiness. It also reminds human beings that they should see suffering no good, and know be grateful to ourselves. This is my physician background. When I was a child, I grew up in a remote farm in the township of Taoyuan country. My parents were farming, and my family was poor, and we have 6 children. When I was in elementary school, learn to go to the fields to do farming, such as watching cattle, cutting rice, weeding the fields, and so on. In addition, have to find ways to earn pocket money, such as picking herbs and so on. Walk around the farm and sell sticky rice. In the poor society, everyone lives very hard, but it is full of warmth and love between the three generation of growth. As the eldest of the grandson and eldest son, I have received more love and expectation. My grandmother often takes me to visit relatives who are far away. She likes to help others and understands the importance of harmonious coexistence between people. My mother is the kindest, most caring, and hardworking. She's always busy at any time, and no matter how, she makes sure that the household is looked after. She sleeps in the middle of the night, cooks and does laundry, and do everything for us. So my sister she's the daughter of my mother. Even though in that era, at that time, she actually chose to work and study part time. She was able to earn money and supplements from a very early age. So she was able to and give support to me as well. So here is a picture that I miss this photo very much. It was my first year at the National Defense Medical College. The state gave us money to 2,000 yuan per month. I went to Taipei City, Zhonghua Commercial Field to buy second-hand camera and photograph my mother and my 4 brothers, my younger brother, and my family. My sister washes clothes in the in the clean gutter. I'm very grateful to my teacher in the middle school who often gave poor students free tuition and also brought vitamins and replenished our bodies and encouraged us to strive for medical school. He taught us Chinese biology and chemistry, and it gave me a good foundation. After finishing high school, I got 100 points for chemistry test for the college entrance examination. This photo is to take my daughter to thank my enlightened teacher. He also taught hundreds of physicians, and I'm thankful to be one of his first students. This is a long-term preservation of a newspaper cutting that I kept from the Hunan Fortune News. This is a famous Taiwan watercolor painter, Mr. La Yinding, who wrote a famous article, Thinking Water and Thinking of the Source. He has always reminded me that when I can achieve something, I must contribute to society and repay the kindness of my parents and teachers. Ever since I was a child, I have always wanted to get rid of poverty. This picture is not. I'm not afraid of wild waves, any obstacles, any challenges. The higher it flies, the further we can see that we can look for the ideal. Always have confidence, perseverance, and courage to achieve your goals in life. In the process of hard work in life, Pastoral is a song. Pastoral is a song that I love and deeply rooted in my heart. It is also a song composed by Mr. Liu Jiachang, a music creator whom I admire very much. Sincerely, I planted deep emotions, forever emotions. I made a wish I want to develop from here forever. My hope is tomorrow, and the future. So this accompany me. These things, that accompany me the whole time. It's really makes it feel like everything is beautiful with this hope for tomorrow. So this one is when life strives to achieve a green piece of success. When I went back to go back and remodel my old farm and beautiful rural home. This is like my good friend, Taiwanese artist Feng Hong created these two oil paintings. 20 years ago, when I saw this painting, I was in tears because the earth, now the earth is actually hurt now after 50 years. So here we can see this. This is a British author, Jonathan Watts, wrote this book. When a billion of tiny stands together, describe the water quality caused by peoples of economic growth. So the water in the 1950s can be used for washing rice and vegetables. The water for 90s can be used for laundry and irrigation. The water quality in the 1970s has deteriorated. The fish and shrimps in the 1980s are all unparalleled. And in the 1990s, we suffer physical and mental health. Humans should really think carefully about not letting the earth be damaged again. So all this deterioration of the water, the environment, and all that are all created by humans. So we must. So here, this is when our medical is part of also our medical professional training and development. So be aware and know about all, what's happening to the environment and everything. So this is during the period of the National Defense Medical College. I'm very grateful to Professor Ye Ming Yang, who took care of me like a father and a brother. And he is also my home sister's master class instructor and my PhD doctoral class instructor. After my home sister and I took this photo at the graduation ceremony, teacher, the professor took us to the dean of the National Defense Medical College, and on the spot, Dean Xiang said that this is a student, is a very good student, and after 2 years, she will, and after 2 years, he sent my home sister to the United States to further study for PhD. So on the upper right, he is a department professor. And here I'm very grateful to Thai TV for what happened during this period, the 2016 Thai Theater. My family's equation is actually the equation of love. This is the TV program that was made based on my family, and all logic and reason consists in the magic formula of love, the equation of love. This is the Dai program. This is the famous saying of the Nobel Prize winner John Nash. So my home sister went to the university in 1986 to study for doctorate in oncology. This is a family photo taken on the eve of going abroad. My daughter at the time is only 2 months old and son is 2 years old. At the same time, I was also very busy resident at the Services General Hospital. So in the next 1.5 years, I'm very grateful to my mother for helping and raising my children in the countryside for 4.5 years while we were doing pursue our career and education. It was also allowed us as husband and wife to work hard towards our goals without any worries. So for 4.5 years later, my home sister worked as an associate professor of the microbiology and immunology at the National Defense National College. I was successfully completed the doctoral program at the National Defense Medical College Medical School. After that, I also went back to the Department of Gastroenterology and went from attending physician to the director of the Department of Gastroenterology. So 30 years ago, I was studying Helicobacter, commonly found in the human stomach, a bacterium associated with peptic ulcers and stomach tumors. I myself also took the lead in educating Helicobacter pylori in the stomach with a 3-in-1 drug. At the same time, in 2016, I was also invited by the society to establish a consensus guideline for the dangerous and treatment of Helicobacter pylori. So I'm very thankful just now for the journal team who prepared such really nice PPT. So as I was always very, very, very busy, and so my specialties include I'm always very busy. My specialties include inflammatory diseases of the gastrointestinal, liver, and gallbladder tumors, and so on. So in the process of my medical study, I pay special attention to the attitude of the people, the bedside manners, and how to establish a harmonious doctor and patient relationship, just like a textbook, a British textbook of a clinical examination, which was not included in the teaching of a medical school, but the textbook is really useful. I bought this book for it, and it is the pocket size, and it is one of the pocket books that I kept. This is the book on the bedside manner and establishing a good relationship between the doctors and patients. What brought me into the line of what brought me into the world of the surgery? At the age of 44, my home sister was a successful match as a bone marrow donor, and she came into contact with a group of surgery brothers and sisters who care for her selflessly. And And then next years on, there's a meet and greet event, and my home sister and my son, who at that time studying at the Department of Dentistry of the Taipei Medical School, were invited to the Hualien to participate. So this was also the first time I had a better understanding of surgery, and I was deeply moved by surgery. Also paved the road from the General Hospital of the Military Service to Taipei Surgery Hospital, and this made my medical career richer. So this is the affinity, and this is my learning and growth at Surgery Healthcare chart. And this I went at the Taipei City Hospital in June 2005. It's a great honor for me to go from the director of the gastroenterology department to the director of the internal medicine department to the vice president during the 3-month period. A year later, my home sister also transferred from the professor of the Department of Microbiology and Immunology of the National Dean's Medical College to the director of the core laboratory of Taipei Surgery Hospital to build a complete laboratory for the hospital to provide doctors for research. So this is when master and at, so that it's moving forward from there, I really feel grateful to Sergi. So and 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 at that time when I entered Taipei Zhongji Hospital, I was very impressed by the hospital's professional and humanistic medical care. And every sentences in this slide was deeply embedded in my heart. I'm very, very grateful that so we have to go through love and our life journey must be all have love and care for others. So this is a picture. Is a grandmother who suffered from intestinal necrosis caused by the artery embolism and clinical manifestation of abdominal pain. So in the medical center, various examinations, including laparoscopy, could not find the cause. So she was transferred to the Taipei Mercy Hospital, and the medical team held a family meeting during the critical period. And their gratitude, respect, and love among the doctors, patients, and family members is very important. It's really important. And this kind of harmonious relationship between people moved me very much. And this is when I actually it's a G. That's what that is Surgery Hospital is different to others. And at the beginning of my career, I was always have hundreds of these pendants cards of Jingxi aphorism words around me. I use a very respectful heart to form bonds with patients and their families and establish a very beautiful doctor-patient relationship. Use master sayings from the Jingxi words. Once I invited patients over 90 years old, and I took care of that of the patient, and my mother also came from the countryside to participate. One of the 96-year-old lady patients shared that she learned on Dai TV that my son was studying dentistry at Taipei School of Medicine, and hoped that I would go back and tell my son that her teeth should be cared and treated by him. So at the beginning of the establishment of the Taipei Zhiyuan, I felt for the first time that I live in a home of more than 50 square meters. There were 4 people in the family, me, my home sister, my son, and my daughter. Serving in the Surgery Institute, I feel that I live in a home in tens of thousands of flats every holiday, and Seji people are my family. When I was busy, every holiday, my father, mother, father-in-law, mother-in-law all came to see me from far away from the country. In the following years, my classmates from the National Medical, five of them from the medical college of mine also came in to serve. So the first 10 years of entering Suchi Hospital, I used the motto of Jingxi aphorism, and all these Jingxi aphorism as the motto of inspiration for me every year. This has greatly helped me in my personal practice, the establishment of the medical team and the operation and management of the hospital, and it has also enhanced myself a richer life to myself. It, so people who who enter the searchy world, they everyone are very willing to do, to help, to and very caring, and this is the difference. So all this Jingshi is really things aphorisms that I look at is really meaningful. So at first I also like to read. So I like to read all kinds of good books, and I like to buy many books that the and all the books that I read before that is good, and I really like it, I will buy a lot and then share it with the group, with the whole team, and then even share it with patients. So combined with the volunteers, the good and the beautiful, the book, Jingxi with the Jingxi words, calligraphy and painting, all this is used to share with the team and the doctors, the patients, nurses, and everyone. It has allowed me to form a good bond with many people who are destined to that for me to meet, and I can also meet friends through books, so that many friends can understand the wisdom of master. At the same time, we can also inspire people to give the power of love to help the suffering people in this platform. So this is a 30-year-old this is 30 young daughter who works for a company in Ireland. Because of the breast cancer was discovered during the outbreak, and because the father was an old patient of mine for many years, I'm very grateful that for the assistance of a volunteer, uh, she can be transferred back to our hospital in Taiwan to receive a complete diagnosis and treatment at that difficult times. And I gave her a book that I like very much. And this book, the inner page of the book also describes the motto of the most beautiful thing in the sky is the stars, and the most beautiful thing in the world is the warmth. So the father of the girl was very moved and said that although the child is sick, but really happy that he is happy. So this over the past 10 years, I'm also grateful for the opportunity to serve as the convener of the Northern District, the People's Medical Association. And the most important thing to me is to inspire the medical colleagues of the hospital to combine medical practitioners with medical, with the and use it for the patients. So in this picture here, a 40-year-old this one. So in addition to the treatment of physical disease, patients are also asked to quit smoking, looking after themselves and going to live, quit alcohol and move into vegetarianism in terms of for a better health. So in this picture, when the patient is used to smoke a lot and smoke up to 5 packs of cigarettes, beer, drink, and 3 packs of bitter nut. At the same time, community volunteers also accompany the patient to do um, uh, inspirational care for this patient, like encourage, accompany him to do environmental protection, take care of the more suffering patients in remote villages. So encourage him to save pocket money in response to the giving by the bamboo bank giving, and also this really changed the person's from being palms up to palms down, restore him to be a useful man in the society. He also asked the yeah, he also asked his home sister to join to do good things as well. Uh, and this one is another story. This is a 20-year-old nursing graduate. It's not hasn't graduated yet, suffering from the this Wilson disease. So it's the abnormal couple of it's kind of a metabolism disease. So causing long-term difficulty in swallowing, muscle spasm in the lower limbs, and even walking is become a problem to her. So inability to walk. When I first came to the home for the evaluation, she has been receiving a long-term medication in from a medical center, and her mother carefully encouraged her to move to the rehabilitation at home. So at the first visit, I really didn't know much what else can we do to help this patient. However, in the past few years of the visits and accompany, we now not only caring for her, for look after the family, but also encourage her to paint every day. And write her inner words, and also inspire her gratitude for her taking care of um, for mom, such as Mother's Day. She's very much looking forward to sharing her creations with bright smile when she goes to the clinic. So, so when we went to see her, every time we see her, she's really really happy because we really change her. We inspire her very much. When she asks us, is there a way to heal herself so that she can get up and walk 20 steps, go to the bathroom alone, and be less and dependent? Uh, so here we know that even when patients, when their body is very much suffering, and we can still transform her from being a suffering person who is in pain and all that, to doing good things, to spend time doing good activities, and get her to be happy, and so she is still have the strength to carry on. She fulfill her wish. So after every visit to the clinic, she insisted on walking down and have the more strength and positive outlook in life. So this is another story. This is a 40-year-old patient who lives in the Miaoli, suffer from severe spondylitis. For more than 7 years, he was confined to a wheelchair on the third floor of his home. He once wrote 15 letters to major hospital in Taiwan for help. And the hospital was we are very grateful that Dean I'm grateful that Dean asked me to look into this situation and find out what's the condition, and assign someone from the hospital to evaluate and arrange hospitalization together with local volunteers in the Maui County. So surgery workers hired cranes to pick up the patients on the third floor and accompany the patients to Taipei Surgery Hospital, where they receive surgical treatment, where he receives surgical treatment from the orthopedic physician, and receive full blessings from medical colleagues and volunteers. So this is as the convener of the North District People's Medical Association, I also have the opportunities to go to Kim for free clinics. In addition to the general free clinics, I also go to nurseries, nursing institutions, and even prisons to assist in the medical consultations. So I'm very, very grateful for that. There's this one Sunday I went to a remote mountainous area of the new Taipei city for to do free clinics and visits. I care for a 101-year-old elder with my home sister, and also met this person who needed assistance, uh, and I uh, gave them medical treatment on the site. So we accompany and care and give support, and seeing this elderly, actually they are very healthy, live for long life. So we really appreciate to even have the ability to meet them. So so when there's disaster in the this is another picture when there's a disaster in the south of the country, one must, whether it's northeast or south of the country, one must uphold the spirit of Tzu people and appear there to be the first to be there, take on the role of the disaster relief for the charity cause of Tzu. So here I see that the time is almost up, but I can see there's still a lot of slides that you have further on. Maybe we have to arrange another sharing from you next time. So let's just move on. So what I here I just want to share that we must do not just say only, we must we, so we must really pass on to the next generation. So we must teach and guide the next generation to 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 follow on caring and for patients and have a good relationship with patients teams and all work together collaboratively to care for them. So, so very grateful to Dr. Rongyoan for his sharing. So what he's sharing is really give us a great strength to us. So that, as he said that he at first he was thinking of going to retire, but then ended up shoulder on more responsibilities in the surgery hospital. So we very grateful for that. So this is we have feedback that really grateful. Thank you to the Taipei Deputy Superintendent for his sharing and caring for patients. And this one is another feedback is say we are very moved and to see that the doctors take action since and this is a feedback from Huang Mingshou, like the doctors Taipei City Hospital is full of good fragrance. The vice president of Taipei City Hospital really did great and to make a difference to patients. So it's not just an normal ordinary doctors. So really open up care and another the path of caring for patients. As I can see, even through the sharing from the doctor's PPT, I think he's only shared 1/3 of it. I think there's definitely more that he can share with us, all the different stories of patients and how he care and how he use love and support to the patients, make a difference to the life of the patients. So we are very thankful to this Dr. Superintendent here sharing with us today. So today we really get a lot of strength and real strength from the doctor's sharing, through the doctor's sharing. So we just very grateful, like in such young age, doctors already receiving this 101 award. So let's just give him a hand of applause. We will share the report also whether whichever country that he is in.